All right, guys, so what is going on? A buddy of mine recommended I start doing a video on YouTube for this. I have a 2010 Lincoln Town Car Executive L Series. Absolutely love this car. Started misfiring, unfortunately, a couple days ago, so recognized that some spark plug work had to be done here. So here's what we had to do. I was going to go over it with you guys really quick. We're switched over to Bosch. So you have to move these two here. And then you go ahead and you unscrew these. So the unscrewing is a 7mm screw, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Got those already done, so I'm not going to get into that too much. The obstacle is here. You have to remove your air intake box, put the hose for it. So you can get the first one in, which is fine. However, when you start looking at this one here, you have this fuel rail here, okay? This piece actually sticks out over this fuel rail here, so you can't get access to it. So you have to remove the 4 bolts for the intake, for the throttle body. This piece here, I would advise anyone that has had this installed to remove it. It goes and bolts directly into the intake and through the fuel rail. This was done as a recall by Ford. And you essentially can't even replace your fuel injectors without removing this. You can't replace your fuel rail without removing this. It's bolted in the front here in the top and the back. If you do have this, I recommend you remove it if at all possible. And the reason why is because they put this in was a safety thing. They were saying that the fuel from the fuel rail in an event of an accident would push back. It would cause and rupture the hose here in the back here, which this is an aftermarket hose, E85 hose. The original one broke, but the original one is actually tighter and sits way more flush to the intake manifold, usually right around here. So it wouldn't actually pierce anything at all. And in the event of that happening, Ford has a fuel kill switch that's done by an inertia. So any type of accident would trigger the kill switch in the trunk to shut off the fuel. So the whole deal with there being a fire with vehicles, I think is bullshit. I think they put this in here so that way they can charge more labor time on a fuel or on a tune-up. So, but you have your stuff here. Good opportunity to take that out and clean it. Okay, clean your stuff here, and I'm going to go ahead and I'll do that after I'm done posting this. These are, okay, 8mm sockets. Went ahead and I just used a small, simple one. It didn't take too much. It wasn't torqued down too hard. This one is a 8mm socket. Fits really quite well on it. So that's that. So now we can actually get to the coil. So we're gonna switch back over to the 7. Let me just grab this really quick. Okay. And we can go ahead and do this. So for anybody out there that hopefully finds this information useful, yes, I am kind of mix matching some coil packs. When you're on a budget, you can't always afford to buy new ones or name brand ones. This one was the quote-unquote performance ones, right? So they sell these red ones that people call performance ones. I personally do not recommend them, and I'll show you why in a second. That's why. This was about 2 years, roughly, and this is what happens. So this is the brand here. I don't know if that's a common brand for you guys, but Precision Auto Labs ignition coil. I'd recommend just sticking with the factory, or if you wish, you can stick with the Denso brand, which is quite good, actually. Yeah, it did get stuck in there, so I got to pull that out. So you can try to grab that with your hand if you want. There it goes, just came straight the heck out. Fantastic. All right, and then I recommend getting a magnetic spark plug remover. You can buy them as a whole set here, or you can buy them separately with a ratchet setting extension. But relatively easy. Obviously, doing this one-handed is a little harder. Whoa, that hurt. Just a little bit, not gonna lie. So everything is a little bit snug. So this car has exactly 580,000 miles on it. It's still going pretty damn strong, so I can't complain. I can pull that out. Just twist this out. Okay, and the best part about it being magnetic is you can just grab it and pull. Okay, and this is what the old one looks like. So I would tell you guys, be careful when you order spark plugs. So I was sold these spark plugs by AutoZone, and AutoZone doesn't have I don't think that they show them that the gap on this is actually for the gasoline engine. So gasoline engine gap is about 5.5, I believe it is. It's a higher number, 0.05 something rather. The flex fuel engine is 0.044 to 0.047, I believe is the number. So hopefully you guys find this informational video helpful. But I wanted to go ahead and at least show you guys realistically what it takes to get rid of or to change your spark plugs. We're going to finish this up, and then I will go ahead and hopefully this has helped someone. If you have any comments or questions below, go ahead and post them. I'll do my best to answer the best I can. Thanks so much. Bye.